guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today in the Ask SSM video series, got an email from a young subscriber. This guy is 20 years old, from over in the UK. He's a very religious young guy. He's Christian. And up until this point, he's never had relations with any girl, like nothing physical. And I get the impression, if I recall, not even a girlfriend. So he's very inexperienced. And long story short, he's at the point that one day he does want to get married and have children, but he's looking for a gal that's like him in terms of values, traditional Christian gal, wants to actually have a family, not be like these gals we have nowadays. And so he's been working hard through school, studying in school for his profession, working multiple part-time jobs, and he's wondering, should he continue on the path that he's on, become the best he can be in school, work hard, put away money, continue his grind, if you will, or begin the process leading down the path that he can meet a gal that could become his wife and fulfill that part of what he wants out of life. And so he's going to go through his thing here, explaining his situation, scenarios here, and I'm going to then give him my opinion on what I think he got to do based on the information he's given me and all of my life experience, etc., etc. So that'd be a good one here for a lot of young guys out there about basically pursue your goals and ambitions and purpose, or sidetrack some of that to find the right girl because you want to get married one day and be traditional. I'm sure you guys can guess how I'm going to respond. He says here, hey SSM, my name is Victor. I've been listening for 2 years now, and I'm one of your less typical followers. I'm a 20-year-old college student from the UK and a staunch Christian. He says, think pastor's kid, but not that bad as well. I don't always agree with you, but I find your stories entertaining and educational for young men. Well, my friend, as you get older and experience more, you may find that you'll agree with me about many things that you don't agree with me now. I know you're not the dating channel, but I would like some advice on approaching my first relationship. So the bad news is, I've never touched a gal at 20 years old. There are a few reasons, such as waiting till marriage, as well as focusing on my grind. I'm studying to become an actuary while working multiple part-time jobs to support myself, so time is scarce. Well, good for you, bro, for working hard on going after what you want in life, taking your time to spend at your studies, and working many part-time jobs. A lot of young people nowadays, particularly over here in the US of A, expect their parents to take care of all financing their studies, and their parents to just shower them with money, not ever having to work for anything. You working part-time will make you self-reliant and will build up a work ethic, appreciate money, appreciate the value of money, amongst many other things. That's a very, very good thing that you're doing there. It also says, it doesn't help that I'm a serial introvert and a solid 4 in the looks department, but I've been working on those areas. I'm currently leading a Christian group on campus and have tried various jobs, societies, and committees to overcome my social awkwardness. I've also picked up the gym in college, and I've gained about 20 pounds of muscle in 2 years. Bro, that's awesome. You're trying. Okay, you say you're a 4 in the looks department. Probably, I would guess, maybe you're not that tall, and probably you've been overweight most of your life, so maybe by hitting the gym, like you have been, losing body fat, gaining muscle, you'll help move those numbers up. And if you're short, there's nothing you can do about that, but just own it, Have confidence in who you are. As for your social skills, keep practicing. Just keep talking to people. You're in these groups, he said, Christian groups and all that. Good. Practice, practice, practice. You will overcome your shyness and all that. I'm an introvert too, believe it or not. I prefer to be alone most of the time. But believe me, put me in any setting where people can speak English and I can chat up anybody. It's not that difficult, but I've spent years mastering that. Anyway, I want to make an effort this year to find a woman and not something casual, since I would date to marry. Translation, because you're a conservative Christian guy and you want to meet your future wife to have kids and family and all that. There's this gal in the worship team of my Christian group, let's call her Girl A, that I've liked for a while. She's a solid 7 out of 10, Christian, a year younger than me, and a student nurse. Oh Lord. Scary as it is, I know I must make the first move for anything to happen. Yes, that's called going for what you want and being confident. But I'm scared stiff to make any moves. We don't see each other much outside of church events, and though we're friendly, I wouldn't consider her close. Well, you don't want to be in the friend zone. She's never going to go out with you, and you're never going to know unless you try. So you gotta, if you want to date this gal and see where it goes, you need to have balls and approach her and ask her. But I'm willing to bet you, probably when you're around her, given the things that you say, you do, your body language, your tone of voice, how you are, I'm sure she can tell you like her already. And if she already knows and you haven't done anything about it, that could actually turn her off and she might reject you. This is why a guy sees a gal they like, they got to go for it and ask her out and make the move. She turns him down. Okay, she turns him down. On to the next chick, because there's 4 billion of them on the planet. But don't hesitate. Otherwise, plus, there's more masculine men who probably spend more time with her, so it's hard to believe I'm her best option, or that she doesn't already have a boyfriend. Smack! Don't think of yourself like that. I'm all for being realistic here, but say fuck that. Go for it anyway, if that's what you want. There's this other gal, let's call her Girl B, I spend more time with, this girl at the Christian meetings, and she's very kind-hearted. She's average looks, a year older, and also a pastor's kid. Ha ha. But I could definitely see her agreeing to a relationship. I wouldn't want to settle for her just because I got rejected by the first girl, but I'd probably be happy dating her. Dude, you can't just walk up to a girl and say, would you like a relationship with me? It requires dating and going out and doing things together and getting to know each other. And then when the time is right, after she's shown genuine interest and probably best, and let me rephrase it, absolutely best, she's pushing the relationship, then you get exclusive. You can't go into this idea like you're going to go out on one date for a fucking coffee and you're going to be in a relationship together. That's crazy. I'll come back to that. There's also option C, where it's staying the course and focusing on myself. However, the longer I wait, the higher chance my partner will have had a relationship experience, and that probably wouldn't help my chances. Though I feel like my reasons are excuses at this point, my siblings are on my butt about it, and I need to bite the bullet eventually. Of course your siblings and family are on your butt about it. Of course they're on you about dating and all that type of thing. But at the end of the day, it's your business and not theirs, if they're being difficult. It's not like I'm nervous around women. I don't act differently around either girl. I've often landed in jobs, committees with plenty of females. But I'm also nice by nature. And these girls end up spilling their problems to me. I'm basically friend zone nice guy without being interested in any of them. So you're that guy, my man. You're that guy that all the girls come to, whether you like them or not, in terms of like romantically, that talk to you about their problems and make you their therapist. And you're all too willing to listen to all their problems. There's a difference between being a good man and being the nice guy. The nice guy listens to all the girls' problems for his various, usually we're hoping that she might see him as so nice and wonderful that she'll then go out with him. It doesn't work that way. How do I know? Because I used to be that guy in high school and college, and none of those girls that came to me with all their problems and wanted me to be their therapist, ever did I have a prayer with them. And I learned the hard way, so I'm sharing this with you. Don't be that guy. You stop that shit right now, and I'll get back to that later. In summary, question 1, should I pursue girl A, and how would I do so? Question 2, is girl B worth pursuing over girl A or after her? And question 3, should I just focus on my grind instead as I've been and hope for the best? Bonus question, is my pseudo friend zone tendency an issue? And do I need to go from husband to boyfriend material to stand a chance? He says, P.S. Even with my youth and inexperience, I've had a taste of female nature, women chasing, and missed opportunities, so if the viewers are interested in my mid-teen troubles, that could be a story. Well, I'll let the viewers in the comment section chime in on that one. If you guys want to hear more about his adventures and all that, okay, let them know. So, all right, I'm going to break this down. In my opinion, big shocker here, what I think you need to do is option C, focus on your grind, your purpose, and all that. But there's a plus to this, and I'll get to it in a second. As I said before, you're 20 years old. What you do now, when you're young, probably about 15 to 25, 15, about 22, 23, the things you do, guys, the decisions you make, pretty much is going to set the rest of your life. And at 46 years old, and having plenty of experience and seeing other people's lives, the trajectory of their lives, believe me, that's pretty accurate. So what I think you should do is absolutely overwhelmingly spend your time on what you've been doing. Focusing on your studies, becoming the best you can be, leading eventually to, you said you want to become an actuary. Okay, I'm assuming you're in school, or if you're not in school, whatever you're doing to get to this type of career or even better career, keep doing. Dedicate to become the best you can be, as well as working your part-time job so you can fund these studies and put away money and have all that. Keep on that. And the gym. You said you put on like 20 pounds. Great. It sounds like you got some confidence issues with your looks. So you need to work on that. So if hitting the gym and continuing to put on muscle or maintaining the physique that you've built, that's important to keep up with that. And my problem is that if you suddenly go from purpose driven to relationship driven, you're gonna that could have a negative impact on where your life goes. I'd rather have you spend the next 6 years busting your tail with the part-time jobs, putting away money, investing it, all that, letting it grow, because the younger you are and you put away money, that you don't piss away on bullshit, and you invest it in assets that are going to appreciate in time, then you have much longer for it to grow throughout your life. So I would have you be doing that, busting your tail to save money and invest it, and you get the point, as well as mastering where you are and all that. Because the second you get a girlfriend and start pursuing a girlfriend, that's all that time that you had towards the part-time job and everything, she's going to want to spend with you. And it's less money to put away to invest in all that. And newsflash, having girlfriends is expensive because they want to go do stuff. Even the good ones, they're still going to want to spend time with you, and that's a good thing. So you're going to go out and do stuff. So I would say, and it's very difficult, guys, once you get older, and some of you guys are aware of this, if you decide you have a job, and you have a career, and it pays the bills, you make a comfortable living, and you have a wife or a girlfriend, you're busy with the job paying the bills. Then you're busy spending quality time with your wife or kids, if you have kids, or just your girlfriend. There's little time for the other things, like say you want to spend time studying so you can move up in your company, or you want to start a business on the side that can hopefully become a full-time business. So that's very hard when you have all these things on your plate. You're tired, understandably, from the job that pays the bills and spending time with your girl or loved ones. So it's best you do all these things when you're young before you get any serious commitments. However, this guy is a Christian, and he's conservative, and he really wants to have a family one day with a type of gal that is like him in terms of values. And you know what? We need more of that, so more power to you. The problem is if you do spend all your time on the grind, everything like that, and you get to be 26, 27 years, say, and you're happy with the money you've put away and invested, and you're now in your career, you'll have no experience. And by then, you might make the mistake of then, because you have little experience, rushing and throwing everything at the first girl that pays attention to you. And because you're so eager to have a wife and have children and do all that you're going to make a lot of mistakes. And if she stays with you, she's going to treat you like crap, and you're not going to have the experience that you need to handle things right. Because even a good, loving, loyal, traditional gal, and there are some out there, if a man acts weak, she's going to behave like a lot of these jackasses. At best, she'll just dump you and move on to a guy who actually acts like a man. But otherwise, she's going to treat you like shit. So what I think you should do is overwhelmingly spend 90% of your time dedicated to your purpose, school, your jobs, the gym, and then I would begin dating. You said you didn't want to do casual dating because you want to do it to lead to something, but you need experience, man, and you don't have it. I can just tell. You need to. So this gal you like, girl A, whatever her name is, ask her out. Ask her to meet her for a coffee or tea or a pint. You're from the UK. I'm sure you've been drinking since nursery school. So whatever you do, and see what happens, and make your move, get some experience. And let's just say you go out and you have a good time, and she wants to see you a second time, and if they're okay, fine. And you said she's a religious gal, and hopefully not the religious gals that are secretly hellions inside, but actually the same values, and they're out there. Good. And you can just go in the direction, but make it abundantly clear, I got to do what I got to do right now for my life and everything like that, and she's aware of that. And either she'll be good with that and she'll be doing her thing, or she won't. But the point is, you need experience. And that way then, down the road, later in life, when you're settled into your career, you've had a few years at the company you're working for, you got money saved up and invested early on so you can let that grow, and amongst many other things, then if you start thinking about a family, because that's what you truly want, you got some experience. Otherwise, you're not just set off into the world with nothing and it can be very ugly. So that's what I think you should do. That's what I would do, given your situation and given what you want. And option B doesn't count because you're not really into that chick, so don't waste your time, don't waste hers. And that's it. And if you ask this girl out that you like, option A, and she turns you down, so what? Then find another chick. I'm sure you will. And let me finish this with this whole nice guy shit. with you being the guy that all the girls go to talk about their problems and be the therapist. Number one, you're not going to get these girls because they see you as that nice guy type. The ship has sailed with them. Don't waste your time. Two, all the time you're spending listening to their problems and blah, 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 that could be dedicated towards the gym, spending time with your bros or people that you like spending time with, studying for school, making money. So don't be that guy anymore. And if those girls come to you again, and they will, to talk about their problems, just jokingly say with a smirk on your face, do I look like a therapist? Do I look like Sigmund Freud? And if the girls are cool, they'll laugh. And if they're not cool, they'll just make some bitchy comment. But who cares? Stop being that guy. Okay? Stop being the guy that listens to all those girls' problems. End of story there. And I'm sure there's other nice guy shit that you probably do, but you'll learn. So that's what I think. But man, like I said, you're 20 years old. Your whole life is ahead of you, okay? And you got your whole life, to remember, women are rushing by 30 years old to get married because they know that 30 years old, their physical attributes that really makes them in their prime goes down. And they only have so much time before, in terms of babies and all that, before things become difficult. A man could have children way later in life, so you got time. But like I said, and even if you started getting serious with a gal at 26, 27, I wouldn't even consider thinking about marriage until you're like 30 years old. And I know that may go against your values and views and all that. You may find later in life I'm right. But right now, overwhelmingly, 90% of your time has got to be dedicated to your grind, your purpose, and all that, because that will set the tone for the rest of your life. Too many guys before you, and sadly too many guys after you, will put 90% of their time into relationships, and you see what happens to those guys. And by you making the best of yourself, making the most of yourself, and trying to make something of yourself in this world, it'll attract other girls. But if you get this reputation from being the nice guy that listen to all these girls' problems, guess what? Girls talk. And all these other girls will see you're that guy. Stop being that guy. And other nice guy traits that you know darn well by watching my channel, you probably do. So if you listen to me on these things, I think things will work out for you. And if, again, that girl rejects you, so what? So what? There's other ones out there. But ideally, if you're going to pursue dating, because you need experience more than anything, not necessarily a serious relationship, remember, you're going the right place by girls that are in your church groups and have the same traditional values and everything like that. Because I'm guessing by college, if they're in the different church groups with you, they're doing it because they want to. It's not like they're a little kid and they're dragged off to church every Sunday by their parents and they don't want to go, but they have to go because they're little kids, that type of thing. In college, they're going because they want to. And they're in the same situation as you with the same values and beliefs and all that. And that's the best way to go. If you're looking for a gal that matches your values and what you want in the world, going to the local pub on a Friday ain't the place. You want to go meet the girl who's voluntarily and willingly going to these things. So I wish you the best, and let me know how things go. And if things don't work out the way you want, remember, okay, tomorrow's another day. You can continue on. But again, I respect you very much for busting your butt with school and the jobs and all that and the gym. That's awesome. Continue on that path. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Let this guy know what you think in the comment section, particularly you guys that are my age, in your 40s, and have lived. Tell him how important it is when you're young to really stick to what can help make a better life going forward. And again, backing me up in the decisions you make when you're young really will set the tone for the rest of your life. A lot of young people don't realize that until it's too late. Have a sure like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.